Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is SKTV coming to you live from Phoenix, Arizona. My name is Sekou Kene. Today we are going to be talking about the CPP, the true story about the CPP. How did we get here? Today is the 21st of June, 2023. I want to welcome each and every one of you to SKTV once again, as always. We are waiting to get connection with the radio in Liberia, but in the meantime, we will play one of the Liberian's songs here while we await all of you to share the show and to tune in so we can begin the conversation. Once again, I want to say welcome to all of you. We are glad to be here once again. Good morning again, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We were waiting to connect with Liberia. Now we are here, and I believe Melbourne is here. Melbourne, Johnson, Melbourne Cooler, the man who making this happen in Liberia. How you doing, my brother?
Thank you, Seku. I'm great. Thank God. I'm doing okay. And you? And in fact, how the energy?
I'm doing great. I'm doing wonderful, man.
I know I can see this. In fact, I'm seeing everything.
And
Oh,
and besides,
mm,
the topic today energizes me because there are a lot of things to uncover.
hmm,
There have been a lot of myths, there have been a lot of lies, speculation out there about the CPP, especially how the CPP was funded, speaking about how the CPP was created,
mm-hmm,
and how the CPP actually came to being, was put on paper,
mm-hmm,
and how the CPP was destroyed, who destroyed the CPP, and how the CPP was revived. So we are going to dig deeper to educate, to inform most of the people that don't know what really happened. So that's why it's very, very important that the people share the show today because this is very, very, very important. You've heard a lot of things. You have heard somebody saying, hey, the CPP got destroyed because Cummings refused to go with Joseph Boakai as vice president. Somebody will say, oh, Cummings destroyed the CPP because of the infighting within the Liberty Party. Somebody was, people have a lot of misinformation out there. And some of these information, people who are not aware of what actually transpired will turn to believe whatever they are told. So it's very, very important, Melbourne, for us to discuss these things in real time so that people can get the facts. We know this name CPP, there are few people that we can give them credit for being the initiation of the CPP, to create the CPP.
mm-hmm,
For example,
indeed,
the likes of Darius DeLong,
mm-hmm,
but the idea, must have a dream, have an idea before you can practicalize it.
indeed.
And to his credit, Darius DeLong is one of those people that actually brought the idea of the CPP, of the collaboration,
Mm-hmm,
with the help of the likes of Mo Ali. And when the CPP, whole CPP, came together, okay, let's form a collaboration. SKTV was very instrumental because when they brought the idea, a lot of people thought it was a great idea.
mm-hmm,
But in many occasions, when we hosted Darius DeLong here on SKTV, we put him on a frying pan, pushing him. But why is it that you guys always talking about this CPP? When will the CPP come to fruition? When are we going to have the real CPP? Because saying something in your mouth,
mm-hmm,
one thing, but to form an institution, it cannot be called an institution without having it on paper. So every now and then, SKTV will bring it out, we will question them, we will question their sincerity, we will question their ability to even organize. We push them, we push them. We were very instrumental in bringing the CPP, alive to make CPP an institution. So before I got into the entire CPP thing, I want to take this time to recognize some of our people. It may not be everybody because I have no capacity. The manner in which people can come on the show on, there's no way I'll be able to actually call everybody's name. But I want to start with Yen Bayboy Yang. Yen Bayboy Yang, welcome to SKTV. Yvonne Iyo, welcome to SKTV. Merula Mo, welcome to SKTV. Comfort Abu, welcome to SKTV. Regina Wilson, welcome to SKTV. Victoria Blama Cooper, welcome to SKTV. Sarah Snape Mane, that's my boy there from all the way Liberia. And King Ashford Wright, welcome to SKTV. Toby Wilson, Felicius Johnson, welcome to SKTV. Steve Krumah, welcome to SKTV. Laye Vakaba K. Jomande, welcome to SKTV. And Ima Pega, welcome to SKTV. Amadou Kone, welcome to SKTV. Zola Wesley, Binta Belite, CEO, we saw you, we have seen you. I want to say welcome to SKTV. Dr. Jeremiah Wapos, Chairman, Fumba VD Toure, welcome to SKTV. Seku Oman Talawali, welcome to SKTV. Henley Flomo, welcome to SKTV. Ben Bezonga Kamara, welcome to SKTV. And Rise Dayan, welcome to SKTV. Abdullah M. Kane, welcome to SKTV. Amra F. Nye, welcome to SKTV. The Nye people there, they are my slave. All the Donzo people there. When you say we hear Nye that Fufana, we hear Fufana that Nye, we hear Nye that Donzo. And the people that got 3 me. But they are the slave for the Kenyan people there. Yeah, Amra Nye, welcome to SKTV. Ruth Pemba, welcome to SKTV. Yeah, Blade Sompong Batu, welcome to SKTV. Mervyn the Shield, welcome to SKTV. Love Hopkins, how you doing, my dear? Want to say welcome to SKTV, all of you. So again, before we even started, I saw somebody sending us money right at the door. I think that was about $50 came to the Zelle. I don't know who sends it. But I want to make sure I get the name here. Toby Wilson, welcome to SKTV. Yeah, Alexander Boniface Emmanuel, welcome to SKTV. I'm trying to catch up as people come in here. Okay, this is somebody that always sends us money. Yeah, but it's on Zelle. I did not see anything that say don't call my name, but I will call your name just to recognize you, to say thank you. The name is Eugenia. Eugenia, welcome to SKTV. I want to say thank you, Eugenia, for sending us $50 US. In Liberia, when you call money, they can ask you, the US? US? Oh, because here we don't ask. When you say $50, $50. When you say $25, $25. When you say $100, $100, we can't ask, oh, the US? No, we don't do that here. Barnard K. Bedford, welcome to SKTV. Bengali sister Costa, is it Costa? I think it's the Bengali Costa Jabate. I'm not sure of the Costa thing, but forgive me if that's not what you meant. But Sekou Shalif, welcome to SKTV. So, Melbourne, I know we have a lot of Liberians listening to us.
Indeed.
Right now in Liberia. We are going to dig deeper. we are going to explain clearly, factually, as to what CPP was all about, how the CPP came about, and how the CPP was destroyed, and who destroyed the CPP, how the CPP was revived as is right
Great.
now. How did we get here? It's very important.
Indeed. And in fact,
Very, very important.
we're even talking about it.
Before I go there, what I want to
Yeah.
say, I want to give you a
Mhm.
chance to greet our people, to say hi to the
Mhm.
people. And before you do that, I want to recognize a few more people. Abraham Swain, I want to say welcome to SKTV. Gwen, John Smith, welcome to SKTV. Lasana A. Kroman, my own picking there. But the message
Mhm.
the message I hear people, so I will give it to him. Lasana Kroman, welcome
Wow.
to SKTV.
Wow. That's
And
great.
Nyangbe To, welcome to SKTV. Samuel Gwankwe, welcome to SKTV. D Flash. Huh.
Uh,
Vivian Adu, welcome to SKTV. I tell you, all my people ain't coming, man. But you gotta share the
yes.
show. Even with
The,
all
the,
that, you gotta share the show.
the real people,
It's very,
the
very
real
important.
town owner and the real town owner
So,
that coming.
Trevor,
Yes. Yes. So
I will give you
yes. So,
time to say hi to our people, then we will begin the conversation.
all right, Sekou, thank you so much. And the time check here in Liberia is 26 minutes, climbing up to 7 o'clock here in Liberia. And today is the 21st day in the 6th month, and the year still the same, 2023. There are a lot of happening here in Liberia to admit. And we can, if I let me give you people the code is 113. That is 111 days to go into all of the political holding and putting all the talking will end on October 10th by the grace of God. So we're 111 days to go. And what happened in Liberia? Yes, as of yesterday, with the issue of the former Chief Justice, Councillor Moses Scott case is still continuing on to in fact, on today, and she was seen today at the Liberian National Police Headquarters, where according to the LMP, she spent a night there, according to them, because they said, in fact, she was in the custody. So on today, the case again, they continue with that case. And today, the LMP also gave us, the public, their own updates on the case. They gave a press conference and they stated as to what happened, what went wrong, the kind of evidence that they have against the former Chief Justice. And going forward, criminal could see also call for rate of habeas corpus, and set the three accused free. That is the Chief Justice and her two family members that were along with her. They were set free by criminal could see on today. And so these are happening here in Liberia, Sekou, and the rest of you, our people out there. I guess you've been following us, or in fact, you've been following all the happening here on today when it comes to the case. And so far, so good. These are major happening here in Liberia concerning the former Chief Justice, Councillor Moses Scott case still continue. So yeah, in Liberia, the weather, it is rainy season time here in Liberia, and the rain is off and on. Sometimes come and rainfall, especially in some counties. If you call now, they will tell you that yes, the rain falling in other part of Liberia, but for us here today in Painesville, the weather is a little bit good for us because no rainfall here or the rain not falling, but the weather a little bit cool and the sun is shining here so far. These are happening here in Liberia, Sekou, and the rest of the team. You are muted.
Yeah, thank you so much,
Yeah.
Milborn. Yeah, so before we dive into the conversation, let me also take this time to recognize a few people that I've not mentioned here. Yes, I want to say welcome to SKTV to all of you, If I skip your name, I'm sorry. It was not intended. But yet, I will try. I will try to. Eleanor Davis, welcome to SKTV. Pauline Colley Kagan, welcome to SKTV. Goldfinger Dilly, welcome to SKTV. Sadie Pakala, welcome to SKTV. Smith Dawier, welcome to SKTV. And Mike Toll, welcome to SKTV. McDonald Flomo Nyankwe, that's one of my favorite person, but the guy can hit me when I mention Costa's name. That's the people that Steve can call constatician. He
Mhm.
he is number one constatician, but I like him.
Serious. And there are some people.
He's a fellow that's been around SKTV for a very long time. From the time,
Wow.
from the time we were used to do the show on the cell phone, McDonald Youngwell used to be here. He always used to call and participate. So welcome to SKTV. McDonald Nyankwe Flomo. We want to say welcome to SKTV. And did I call Zully Wixley? Yeah, she's here already, man. Welcome to SKTV. Dauda Kone, welcome to SKTV. And Elizabeth Yedia, welcome to SKTV. Sanoyo Queen. Steve say you now still hold on no more, but welcome to SKTV. Rebecca Milson, the 10, welcome to SKTV. More welcome to SKTV. More the problem. Anyway, Mr. McDonald Nyakwef, thank you so much, as always, for being here and everybody else. So we are going to talk about the CPP today. And one of the reasons why we decided to make this a topic today is because there are a lot of misinformation out there. There are a lot of lies, fabrications intended somehow to blemish the image of certain people. And some are also intended to promote themselves and make other people look bad. Some are also intended to fool the Liberian people, to lie to the people, to present the wrong side of history to the people for their own benefit. The CPP was created right before our eyes, right here. And like I said initially, SKTV, we play a vital role, a major role in putting pressure on those that created the CPP, who have funded the CPP from the get-go. When the idea was developed, it was discussed right here on SKTV. And like I said, Darius Dillon, Mo Ali, Titilia Ure, Mariah Yakula, when CPP came to fruition, when they say, okay, you know what? In order for us to be an institution, what is not written didn't happen. So we have to put it on paper. So that took more than 6 months. Every day they will form the CPP. Every day we put pressure on them every day. And most of our sisters and brothers here can attest to it. They were here. We were putting pressure on them. In fact, because of that, some government officials, some government players, they call us opposition platform. They say, why are we pushing for opposition unity? Why are we pushing for opposition to come together? But we still didn't pay attention to that. We were doing it every day. And Dallas Dillon can attest to that because he was one of the people in the front line that we were attacking every day. To his credit, Dillon, yes. So when the CPP, came together, what I would do, I'm just to not to lose, just for me to not to lose focus. People that are sending us money, $20, just came. I will skip announcing the name for now. I will go through this topic, and then when I'm done, I will check our various platforms, whether it's Cash App or Zelle. Then I will look at them and announce because I don't want to lose my thought. So when the CPP got ready, when they created the document called the framework document, they had the first Zoom meeting to declare that the CPP is now an institution governed or guided by a document, that a working document, that a living document that will guide the working of the CPP. At that time, Benina Ure was the chairman. When the CPP was funded, Benina Ure was named the chairman.
And that was 2019.
And the collaboration, thank you, Mabel. The collaboration had four political parties: the Alternative National Congress, the ANC, the Unity Party, the UP, the All Liberian Party, the ALP, and the Liberty Party, the LP. My sister Ellen, you just show up. I didn't know you were here. Ellen, welcome. You know, there's certain people that when I see that I can't just skip them, to be honest. And Tucker Harris just joined us. All of you, man, trust me, if I don't call your name, it doesn't mean that I'm not seeing you or I don't recognize you. I recognize all of you and your contribution to SKTV. Trust me. You're coming here alone to share the show. It means a lot to me. The troublemaker just arrived too. Beverly Pajibo. They put in our boy in June. They're the troublemaker there. And Steve there. So when they had that first meeting on Zoom, we saw how some of the players were even struggling to get on Zoom. They have no idea what's going on. They had the Zoom. Everybody had the paper. They were at different locations to sign the document. So basically, that document was shared with all of us. And there was huge resentment, reservations about some languages of the document. For example, that document was going to seem like people cannot get job or employment, or people within the CPP, the constituent party in the CPP will be prioritized when it comes to a job for Liberian people, which contradicts the Liberian Constitution. Every Liberian is entitled or is have the right to be employed in any government. It doesn't matter which party he belongs to. So we have reservation on some of those things. And a lot of other people have reservations on so many things. Because I'm going to go through all of that right now. Maybe we'll be here all day. We'll not even go half into it. But because of the resentment from the Liberian people, the CPP decided that, okay, since people are having problems, since Liberians are actually rejecting the document as is, let's do some amendment. And to do that, let's involve some legal-minded people, legal minds, lawyers, people with legal minds, so they can guide our document, so we'll be within the confines of the law. and something also that will be acceptable to our people. The reason we are giving this information is to make sure that people get the truth about the CPP, because a lot of people can lie, and people be lying, be shifting blame on people from one person to another, when we know the facts. So because of that, because of the resentment from the public, from the Liberian people, that's why the lawyers were contacted. They were asked to make amendment where needed, to change some languages where possible or where needed, and bring it back to the people, the four parties. And that was the agreement from all of them. So when the document came back, the document was also presented to all of them, and they all agree. They all agree on the document, all the four parties. But then, in that document, there were three major things to focus on. As a matter of fact, during the creation of the document, there was a debate as to how they're going to arrive at selecting the standard bearership of the CPP. Some people suggested that they should go with consensus. If three of the four agree with one person to be if they can all agree actually that one person should be the standard bearership, that person, the standard bearer, will have the right. That person will have the power to appoint his running mate within the CPP. And it was not specified that it has to be one of the collaborating partners. That was not the agreement. The agreement was the collaborating political parties will agree with a chairperson, a standard bearer. That standard bearer will appoint his or her running mate. In the process, they said it was actually the ANC that came out with the idea of something they call the Voter Perception Survey, VPS. And they said they should have, first of all, consensus, voter perception survey, and if none of that work, they should go ahead to do a primary. We want people to understand all of these things because people have been lying about other people. Oh, that person destroyed the CPP, or that person refused to be this, to be that. It was also agreed by all of them that all the four political parties will have the right to contest for the standard bearership. That was the principal agreement of the CPP, that all the four political parties will have the right to participate or to vie for the standard bearership of the CPP. On the other hand, United Party people, these are some of the myths that we are trying to unmask here. United Party people, they make it look like to the whole world that the CPP was funded to make Joseph Nima Boakai the standard bearer. And that was not the case. That is a myth, is a lie. That's one of the lies that we want to make sure we clarify here. It was agreed upon by all the four parties that all the four political parties should have the right to contest for the standard bearership. In fact, that's why they came together. But then at the same time, Benina Ure, who was the chairman of the CPP, appeared on the show by my friend and brother, Jerome Cummings, the pastor. Benina Ure appeared on that show. It was late night. It was very late that day. And Benina Ure said, for him, he thinks Joseph Nima Boakai was the most experienced person and the most educated person in his word and the most qualified person. And then he said, and the oldest among them. So Benina Ure believe Joseph Boakai should be the standard bearer of the CPP. Imagine you created a document and you listed 3 cardinal points, 3 key things, 3 processes that you think they should go through by means of selecting your standard bearer. The man who is the founding chairman was the one to spark the controversy into the whole thing with some sinister motives. Because you can't be the chairman and you have a working document and you coming up to say, I think this person should be on national radio without talking to your colleagues. That started the disagreement, the fight. That started the controversy. People rejected that, saying that why would you do that when you have a process here that you're supposed to follow? Go through the process first. You can express what you like, what you would like to do through the process. And at that point, that automatically informed the Liberian people that Benina Ure was now running for the presidency because he already nominated somebody for the presidency. On the other hand, some of us, both in private and in public, asked Senator Yomli Kanga Lawrence as one of the leaders of the collaboration to also throw her hat in the race for the standard bearership. I know we have about 4 minutes to go to the radio, but I'm not sure whether we should stop this topic. If the people in Liberia are interested in listening and hearing these stories about the actual happening in the CPP, how we got here, then we will go to the news bulletin and we'll come back. But if the people are not that much interested, we will continue the conversation. We'll continue the story. I think Liberian people too need to listen, need to hear these things because it's very, very important. We got 3 more minutes here and we'll go to the news bulletin. But in the meantime, we asked Yomli Kanga Lawrence to run for the presidency as well, the chairmanship, the standard bearership. She did not. She said she was not ready for that. So that left only Boakai and Cummings in the race for the standard bearership. Then what happened? What did the United Party people do? They said, oh, the thing here, we don't need to go through anything. We don't need to go through the process. Let Mr. Cummings be the vice president. I mean, for Buckeye, because Buckeye already been president and vice president. That had to change the whole thing. Buckeye already served 12 years as vice president. Nobody expecting Joseph Buckeye to go for vice president. Nobody forcing Joseph Buckeye to go for vice president. But now they're leaving the document now. You see how the whole thing started? Oh, you made a document. You said consensual first. You said VPS. You said primary. If none of that work, then you can talk about something else. But right at the door, at the gate, they say, "Oh, let me be vice president." Because for them, they saw that CPP was stronger. CPP, that anybody CPP put out will win the election, and the fact that they feel entitled, thinking that they win for the second round with George Weah, they feel that they have the right to be the leader. And with the statement that, oh, the father of Buckeye being vice president already for 12 years, Buckeye cannot be vice president for anybody. And nobody else said Buckeye should be forced to be vice president. They could just allow the process to go through. Maybe you want to go to the
yes, yeah, we have a minute up to 7 o'clock, and at 7 we've got to join our news team to bring you the 50 minutes of news.
So what do you want? What do you want us to do? You want us to continue, or you want us to go to the news break and come back?
Maybe you want, if I get interested, because sometimes you say you want to continue with the team on our side, but if you want to follow the local news also, then no problem.
So what do people say? Do you guys want? Okay, maybe go ahead, and I'm going to ask the people. What, you guys want us to continue the conversation here, or you want us to, go to the news bulletin and come back? Let me know, folks. Somebody say continue. Let me know. Say continue or news. When you say continue, then we'll continue with the conversation. Somebody say, maybe on your own.
All right, so folks, coming up next is 50 minutes of news coming from our newsroom, Truth FM 96.1, and I'm John C. Mayborn Cool. On this break,
majority of the people are saying, let's continue. And somebody say, I think only one person say wait for the news to finish. Everybody else saying continue. Yeah. So we should go and come back. Somebody said they believe that people in Liberia, they need this information too. So I don't know. We are getting mixed reaction here. Okay, I think we should go to the news bulletin and come back. But people are saying continue the plenty, so I don't know. News, you see? News, continue, news, continue. Okay, let's go to the news. Majority are saying that the people in Liberia, they need the news too. They need this information, so it's good. Let's go to the news. Mayborn, if the news is on, give me a health signal. We'll go to the news. Mayborn, the news is on. Yeah, Mayborn, if the news is on, please. You got to unmute yourself. Okay. We're good. Let's go to the news.
Good evening. Our CNU's bulletin at 7 with Olivia Brown. Stories topping the headlines of the office of former Vice President Joseph Walker has rubbished reports that the former Vice President is ill and has traveled abroad for surgery. The Liberian National Police has finally released its investigation report in the murder of Chalo Musu.
charging former Chief Justice Gloria Musu's cult with murder. The National Fisheries and Aquaculture Authority has signed a $2 million United States dollar loan facility agreement with Conservation International to empower women in the fisheries sector of Liberia. And away from Liberia, the BBC says a prominent Tunisian journalist has been arrested on charges of insulting the president. Those were the headlines, not the news in detail. The office of former Vice President Joseph Boakai has rubbished reports that the former Vice President is ill and has traveled abroad for surgery. The media consultant to the office of Boakai, Charles Nader, described the news circulating on social media as political propaganda designed by people against the presidential bid of the former vice president. Snyder said Joseph Boakai is as healthy as any 77-year-old man. He disclosed that the Unity Party's standard bearer has traveled out of the country for an appointment, and he is expected back in country this Thursday. Charles Snyder made the clarity Wednesday when he called on the Truth Breakfast show. The Liberian National Police has finally released its investigation report in the murder of Chalo Musu, charging former Chief Justice Gloria Musu's cult with murder. Other charges leveled by the Crime Services Division of the Liberian National Police include criminal conspiracy and false reports to law enforcement officials. 3 other family members charged, along with the former Chief Justice, include Rebecca Nude-Wisnell, Gertrude Newton, and Alice Johnson as prime suspects in the killing of the late Chalo Musu in February this year. Reading the investigative report Wednesday, the CSD boss councillor Prince Omoraba said there was no intruder at the home of former Chief Justice Scott, has been speculated in the public. Councillor Omoraba has attributed the long delay to release the police investigation report to the suspect's refusal to cooperate with police investigators. According to the Deputy Police Inspector General for Crime Services, Councillor Scott and the 3 others who are currently in police custody will be forwarded to court in the next 48 hours. Meanwhile, Criminal Court C has granted former Chief Justice Gloria Musu's cult and 3 others petition for a writ of habeas corpus, thus releasing them to their lawyers. During the hearing on Wednesday, defense lawyer Councillor Jonathan Masakwe argued that Councillor Scott's constitutional rights were denied when she and others were arrested, detained, humiliated, and tortured in what he described as travesty of justice. Councillor Masakwe maintained during his argument that the police restrained and infringed on the rights of his clients by not charging them 4 months ago. He termed the police action as a miscarriage of justice and prayed the court to restore their freedom. But in reaction, prosecution argued that the 48 hours has not elapsed since she was arrested and detained on Wednesday, thus describing the petition of habeas corpus as premature. Councillor Laviette Gould said their arrest was no violation of their rights and asked that such petition be denied and squashed out. But Judge Blamo Dixon on Wednesday, according to RCA judicial correspondent, agreed with defense lawyers that the former Chief Justice and others were detained consecutively as of the time of the investigation was launched. Judge Dixon said the defendants did appear whenever they were called upon, and stressed that they would have been detained since there were no charges over a prolonged period. Meanwhile, the criminal court ordered that Councillor Gloria Muscat and others be released to their lawyers. Judge Dixon, however, noted that if the government provides other pieces of evidence, the former Chief Justice and others can still be rearrested as provided by law. The National Fisheries and Aquaculture Authority has signed a $2 million United States dollar loan facility agreement with Conservation International to empower women in the fisheries sector of Liberia. The agreement was signed on Tuesday in Monrovia, and it was witnessed by representatives of the World Bank and the Liberian government. The agreement under the World Bank financed Liberia's Sustainable Management for Fisheries project is geared towards transforming the fisheries sector from artisanal fishing to semi-industrial fishing. At the signing ceremony, NAFA Director General Emma Glasgow said the loan facility is meant to find a solution to address issues affecting women in the fisheries sector. The NAFA boss noted that empowering a woman will have a greater impact on the social economic development of the family and is an integral part of nation building and development. In remarks, Conservation International's Senior Vice President for Africa, Zuzanne Eyok, said the institution's goal of driving conservation is to make it sustainable by ensuring that the constituents are the first to preserve and also to benefit from their conservation efforts. Madam Eyok emphasized that being proactive in the sector will help women if given the opportunity to invest in the sector. Meanwhile, Dr. Fisiha Tisaman Abiza, World Bank representative, disclosed that the signature between NAFA and Conservation International is something that will make Liberia transition from artisanal fishery to semi-industrialization. Dr. Abisa reiterated the need for women involvement in the sector as they are the most important people in the process of transition from attritional to semi-industrialization. Barely 2 days to the general elections in Sierra Leone, major opposition party, the All People's Congress, is expected to hold a peaceful protest at offices of the Electoral Commission in Freetown. The party's protest action, according to reports, is a result of a 72-hour ultimatum to the police which has since expired. Both the political parties, Regulatory Commission and the Peace Commission, convened a meeting to resolve issues raised by APC about the discrepancies in the electoral process of June 24, 2023 polls planned by the Electoral Commission. According to RCI reporter Madeleine Sarr covering the Sierra Leone's elections, APC has accused the Electoral Commission of being evasive and circumventing the issues raised by the party, with a view of creating a false impression on the minds of members of the international community. According to the party, the meeting ended without addressing their plans and has called on the supporters to converge in designated areas for a peaceful protest after all the issues raised by the party were not resolved up to 12 p.m. on Tuesday. If you're just joining us, this is a reminder that you are listening to a bulletin of news coming to you from the News and Current Affairs Department here at the Renaissance Communications Incorporated. In more news, defendant John Sambola has been sentenced to life imprisonment for raping a 13-year-old girl in Grand Cape Mount County. Judge Usman Fakat on Wednesday reaffirmed the trial jurors' unanimous guilty verdict at the Fifth Judicial Circuit Court with life sentenced at the Rapport Prison Center in Grand Cape Mount County. Judge Fakat's judgment, according to RCI judicial correspondent, maintained that the weight of the evidence adduced in court by prosecuting lawyers met the legal requirements for defendant Sambola's conviction. But defense lawyer, Councillor Buema Passaway, took exception to Judge Fekat's June 21, 2023 judgment about announcing an appeal to the Supreme Court as provided by law. Defendant John Sambola was indicted for raping a 13-year-old girl in Grand Cape Mount County last year. Away from Liberia, a prominent Tunisian journalist has been arrested on charges of insulting the president. A judge ordered the detention of Z. El Henning ahead of a trial in which he could be sentenced to 5 years in prison, according to the BBC. Tunisian activists have expressed concern over his health as he reportedly suffered a stroke some time ago. In recent months, Tunisian judges have detained or opened investigations into more than 20 political, judicial, media, and business figures associated with opposition to President Assad. The main opposition parties have condemned the arrest of the journalist as politically motivated. To end this news program, a recap of the top stories. The office of former Vice President Joseph Boakai has rubbished reports that a former Vice President is ill and has traveled abroad for surgery. The Liberian National Police has finally released its investigation report in the murder of Chalo Musu, charging former Chief Justice Gloria Musu's caught with murder. The National Fisheries and Aquaculture Authority has signed a $2 million United States loan facility agreement with Conservation International to empower women in the fisheries sector of Liberia. And away from Liberia, the BBC says a prominent Tunisian journalist has been arrested on charges of insulting the president. That's RCI News Bulletin at 7. My name is Olivia Bowen. Good evening.
50 minutes past 7 o'clock news bulletin here on Truth FM 96.1. The very next on the year news will be at 8 o'clock on tonight, by which time we'll bring you 45 minutes of news coming from our newsroom. So, folks, for those of you who just joined us, we want to say welcome to the program, the SKTV. Sekou, we are back after the news break, and we want to say to all of you that who are following us also, in fact, that watching the SKTV, we want to say thank you so much for the patience, and thank you for also following us live from right here in studio. So, Sekou, you are muted, and you can now continue with, yes.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Where you start. I hope
thank you, Melbourne. Yeah, thank you, Melbourne. And I want to say thank you to all of you that decided to stick around. And we will, we'd like to say thank you to all of you for listening to our local news. Actually, personally, I like the local news because sometimes there can be some new information that that can be new to most of us, not all of us, but most of us. And I want to react to the news a little bit before I go back to where we were. A few things that I want to mention, I want to talk about in the news. I'm happy to hear that the office of the former Vice President, Joseph Nyuma Boakai, reaction to the information on the circulating in the social media that Joseph Boakai is as healthy as any 77-year-old. I'm not sure about that particular age thing because some day they say the men are 78, some day they say 83, some day they say the man 90, but today we are hearing 77. Whatever the case is, we wish him well. The part I don't understand, I think he said he went for an appointment. Is that what he said, Mabel? That what the news say?
He said,
that he went for an appointment?
yes, according to...
That he went for an appointment that he's going to be back on Thursday, correct?
Yes, indeed. According to the representative from the office of the former vice president, I think
Okay.
Charles Nana, right? Yes.
Yeah. So if that's the case, then that is a good news. We hope that we wish to safe return. But my recommendation, I know they will not take it or they will take it, is up to them. My recommendation is that when news like this comes up about somebody who's running for president, it creates doubt in the minds of a lot of people about their health condition, about their fitness. So I would suggest when Joseph Boakai comes back on Thursday, let the man have a press conference himself. Appear in public, not only appear in public, but speak to his supporters and the Liberian people at large. Not just what we're hearing from his surrogates, but he himself can come and speak. His appearance, his body language, his energy level will even encourage most of his supporters and will also diffuse all the misinformation about him. I wanted to say that. Second thing that I heard that I wanted to react to, this is not possible in Liberia because now Liberia, we have a law that protects free speech. When I heard that Tunisia arrested somebody for insulting the president, I know some Tunisians are going to run with it because you see, in Tunisia, they be arresting people there. But in Liberia, anybody can insult the president and go free because the laws of Liberia give people freedom of speech, freedom of expression, and everybody is protected under the law. So don't run with it because it happened in Tunisia. Then I mean, you can arrest people too for insulting the president. That's why when the president came out the last time, say anybody insulting him, it will deal with the person. Nobody cared about him. So yes, going back to where we are. Mabon say, "Oh, I know where you were. I know, Mabon. I can remember." So the UP people, instead of giving the document a chance or the process the chance, they went ahead to say, Boakai can be VP. Can you imagine you went into a collaboration with people, agreeing that we have a process set aside that we're going to use to elect or select the standard bearer of the institution. And you also agree that every other person within that group reserve the right to contest. So that means the UP people deceived the process. They deceived people within the collaboration. Because why? Coming into the collaboration, the reason why UP joined the collaboration in the first place was because they felt that UP was dead. So coming to the collaboration kind of rejuvenated the life of the UP. So now, since they feel entitled, they were telling the people now, does it make sense to you? Costa was one of those people in the vanguard of doing that. Does it make sense to you? VP Boakai, you run for be vice president already for 12 years. How can the male can go for? There's no way make him go for VP. Well, yeah, the man can go for VP, but the man doesn't have to be president as well. Because you came out with a document, you agree that everybody have the right to run for whatever they want to run for. Joseph Numa Boakai and Komi said they want to run for president. But now, to create that lie, they say, in fact, Komi want to be vice president. So Komi was asked in so many, when they brought that kind of conversation, Komi was asked in several interviews, including on SKTV. We were the very first person that even asked Komi about this. Komi said, Seku, no one goes to a process, especially fighting in a competition, to be second. He said everybody go for a competition to be the first. He said, as a matter of fact, the plan I have for Liberia will be easily effectuated as president. You know, for most people in Liberia believe that the vice presidency is a nominal position, is dormant. So he believes he going to continue to fight, to follow the process. And he said, if he is not choosing, if he's not selected by the process, he said, whoever is selected to be the VP, to be the standard bearer of the UP, of the CPP, he said he will support the person. Then they run with it. In fact, then I was saying, oh, you know, Boakai can be vice president. Boakai being already vice president for 2 years. Boakai can be vice president. So they start running with it. Oh, come and say, he can only run for, he can only be president. In fact, Boakai asked the man to be president, to be vice president, to be a VP. The committee said no. It's a lie. It's a blatant lie. It was orchestrated by UP, Benina Ure, and Henry Costa because they have motive. Oh, come say you don't want to be vice president. That's a lie. Boakai never ever asked Komi to be his vice president. And Komi did not say, I can be vice president for Joseph Boakai. No, he didn't say that. He said no one goes to a process to be second. You want to be the first. And he said, anybody get the chairmanship, the standard bearership, I will support the person. So they said, okay, let's go through the process. But because they have motive, they didn't want the process to go on. So the VPS, they said the first thing was to do consensus. They didn't agree. As a matter of fact, it was Benina Ure who said he wants Boakai to be the person on the radio. And at the same time, some of us, we question the motive of Benina Ure involvement in the CPP in the first place. Because at the same time, while Benina Ure advocating for Joseph Nima Boakai to be the standard bearer of the CPP, Benina Ure was at the same time campaigning for George Weah. You remember when he went to Carisburg and told the people that the president called me. The president gave me these things to come and deliver it to you people. We knew very well that Benina Ure was not the superintendent of Carisburg. He was not the mayor of Carisburg. He was nobody in Carisburg to be the one to deliver the message of the president. But Benina Ure said, the president gave me these things to come and deliver it to you people. We have him on record. We have him on video. I still have the video. Benina Ure said, the president have built X, Y, and Z for a lot of other people in the Southeast. And he said, he will come and do more for you people here too. Imagine a chairman of the collaborating political party the man who is chairing the opposition, the largest opposition party in the country, at the same time campaigning for the president, the government in power, and at the same time creating all the controversy. Oh, Baka is the old, he doesn't want to go through the process. That anything that will just bring controversy in the whole thing to destroy the CPP, he will go with that. At the same time, I'm just trying to shine light on areas that brought actual controversy to the CPP that led to the destruction of the CPP. At the same time, when the CPP signed the document, Henry Costa came on and said that the COP, because they didn't like that, because they didn't like the whole CPP, because they have motive. So Henry Costa says, same thing that you heard from Benny Nayure lately before Baka nominated his running mate. Similar to that. You hear Benny Nayure saying that we have to be at the table. We have to lead the process to select Baka's running mate. Henry Costa says similar thing. He said that Henry Costa and the COP will not accept the progress of the CPP unless CPP sign a social contract. You remember that? Famous statement? Unless CPP sign a social contract with Henry Costa. Imagine, after the CPP were lingering around, talking about, by the time the CPP became an institution, the first person to oppose the CPP was Henry Costa. Because they had motive. The CPP must have a social contract with Henry Costa before Henry Costa and the COP will support the CPP. And some of the same crazy people that you see around here, oh, Costa is right, the boy is right, the boy staged the highest protest in the country, and the man got to be on the table. They didn't know that the same people who saying that Costa is not qualified to be vice president for their UP, they were the same people saying that Costa is right. As a matter of fact, right after the signing of the document, Mr. Cummings became the standard bearer. I mean, the chairman of the
chairman of taking over now from Benny Nayure.
So that's when Costa started creating all the kind of nonsense. And then, doing that, Mo Ali forced Mr. Cummings, through Musa ability, say Mr. Cummings has to reach out to all the social media and radio people and touch base with them. Can you imagine? Mr. Cummings was forced to go on a teleconference with a lot of people, including Prophet Key. Prophet Key came and announced that he had a teleconference with the CPP chairman. He said, Mr. Cummings said, oh, he preferred for all of us. A lot of people were angry at why would he bring himself down to that level. And we were told, and it was confirmed, that those were Mo Ali's and Dara Dillon's recommendation. Yes. That Mr. Cummings should talk to people like Prophet Key and other people. So that created a huge resentment amongst many Liberians who believe that Mr. Cummings shouldn't have gone that low. So, after that, after the famous talk about the social contract, Mr. Cummings appeared on the Costa show. Costa was happy that Mr. Cummings appeared on his show as chairman on the CPP. But then Costa wanted to get closer to Cummings. But Cummings did not give him that leverage. Costa started getting angry that Cummings doesn't want to recognize him because he wants to get closer. You want to, you want to make sure Cummings take care of him, and Cummings is not like that. Cummings is not like that. Cummings is not easily accessible. Even those who are close to Cummings, it's not accessible to them like that. I'm told. As a matter of fact, most of the people that have come up publicly to say, we're going to support Cummings, and then you see the next minute they go away because of the same reason, because Cummings is not accessible like that. Even to those that are just supporting him, let alone somebody who is not supporting him. So, going back to the process, there was no agreement on the consensus. They said they will do voters, perception survey, the VPS. They said they were going to hire professionals, independent people to do that. That was not done. The people ran with the information on the Costa show in other area. All the Liberian people, everybody said that what they want. How? Because they will do a show, they will program their people to call in and say that what they want. As a matter of fact, they have a set of number they will give to people from the UP in their chat room to be calling to make it look like Joseph Boakai is the person the people want. That's how deceptive they were. So they say, they think here that Boakai the people say they want. Steve, welcome.
Thank you.
So what I'm going to tell you people here is that if we can finish this today, we'll continue tomorrow because it's very, very, very important. We don't want to just jump on anything simply because we want to get everything out today. Because it's important that the Liberian understand, let it get the fact, let it understand that all the lies and fabrications that have been going around, it did not just happen overnight. So there was no agreement on the VPS. They said, okay, let's do primary. Because they say either way to go. In fact, they came out to say, that here, Boakai already get 50% already of the vote in the primary. Because you know what? ALP and Unity Party together. So already, Boakai already got 50%. That was the math they put out there. So Cummings and the ANC people and the Liberty Party say, okay, let's go through the process. They said, okay, 310 delegates per every single party within the collaboration. Do you agree with that? They said, okay, let's go. Let's do it. They said it will happen at the convention. So every party will bring 310 delegates. 310 delegates and 4 will have given them about 1,240 delegates. So, and this was confirmed to me by one of the hierarchies of the UP. When they saw that, and the agreement, they said that anybody, you are free to campaign within the CPP among the CPP delegates. So UP people say, oh, the way they think looking, Cummings got money. If we go to the primary, Cummings will buy the delegate in. That's what they say. with no proof to show that Commies is spending money on anybody. But then Commies came out publicly, even on SKTV. My man, what happened? I'm hearing myself. What's going on with that? So Commies came out and said that we will win the primary. He said he will win the primary. So seeing that confidence level from Commies, they intensified their calls. Oh, Baka want Commies to be a vice president. Commies don't want to be vice president. Commies greedy. Not knowing they are the one that are greedy, but making it to look like Commies is the greedy one. And people buy into those things. Oh, hey, where you know what? You're thinking about my people. You're thinking about this thing here. Hey, the man be vice president for 12 years. How can the man, they want me to be vice president? Why did you get in the collaboration in the first place if you were not sincere about what you were saying? They were not sincere about what they were trying to do. So they think that when you're going to come here, but you're going to say, okay, black guy. But that's not what you put on paper. The other man is saying, let go, whatever we put on paper. They're saying that they're playing politics with the whole thing. Not knowing, they're saying that, oh, since Baka and Kumi are the only people, Benina you wanted to be vice president. The fact that Benina you went when he was the founding chairman to prematurely announce that Baka is the most qualified person, the most experienced, the most educated, the blah, 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 the most, the older person among them. But Benina you had motive so that when he nominated Baka, so Baka can appoint him, Benina you to be his vice president. Because the thinking was that anybody the CPP carry will win. So Benina you just wanted to have a free ride to be vice president under Joseph Baka. It was a time that Costa had problem with Benina Yure, that we all know. Costa didn't like that. Not knowing to Costa had ambition to be vice president. It was a time that Benina Yure and Costa were not even speaking. The both of them have motive. But Costa played smart and got closer to Joseph Nima Boakai. So what they did, when everything they wanted didn't work, they said, you know what? Oh, the primary is good, but let's go with block voting. Because block voting means that one person can just say, okay, we from the UP block, we voting Boakai. Okay, one person will say, we from the ANC block, we voting for Commies, or this person or that person. Because they want to censor the democratic process. They didn't want the people to go through the democratic process because they're saying that Commies will win it. You see? So the thing that destroyed the CPP, because they were doing everything now, it was not to follow the process, it was not to follow what they have written themselves, but it was to make sure that Commies does not get anything. We say to free Commies out of everything. So Steve is here. Like I say, I'm not going to rush into the whole thing here just to finish it today. But if you are listening to us in Liberia or anywhere around the world, I want you to understand the fact that these people, they are very deceptive. They are very disingenuous. They are very corrupt-minded. Everything they're doing, everything they go through, they don't go through with sincerity. They go through with different motive and present another motive to the people. Steve, we will start. I will start from where I stopped, but I want to give Steve the chance to say something to us. Steve, welcome to SKTV. The topic today is the true story of the CPP.
Yes, Mr. Kenneth, thank you. Thanks to Milborn, thanks to our listeners and our viewers. As always, we prioritize the Liberian people, so we always say the Liberian people are the most important people on earth. We also say that the Liberian women are the most beautiful women on earth. Mr. Kenneth, I think this topic will boil into the weekend as well. I'd have to agree with some people who said the CPP and Mr. Cummings or Musa Bility and Mr. Cummings, I don't want to use the word set themselves up or kind of give signal to the UP and Joseph Yuma Boaga so that scared them in this whole process. And the signal they gave to them was they already had a primary. And sometimes you don't do that strategically. You play fool and you play low key. Because Joseph Yuma Boaga and the Unity Party were overly confident that they would win. If they were to go to any primary, they would win. They were overly confident at the initial stage. They were. They thought they had it down. They thought they had Yombly on their side. They thought they had Dillon on their side. They thought they had what a guy named Penina Euro on their side. They did. So they thought they had 3 against 1. So if you hear them using the word 3 against 1, that's what they meant at the time. But when Mr. Cummings, Musa Bility, and other CPP folks who support Mr. Cummings started to get signal and the paradigm started shifting, you will remember they came up with that conversation one time that Mr. Cummings had bribed people and Edo Jala and other people were involved to get a motorbike. Those different conversations started to scare people. But here is where they're deceptive. Because Pastor on this show admitted that the ALP, even though I disagree with Tai Wongwe about his childish rant and childish behavior, but Costa admitted on this show that they honor man Tai Wongwe when they saw that Tai Wongwe were going against Edith in Nima, against the St. Jeremiah Kung. Because they had to go through the primary, the CPP, for Tai Wongwe or what a woman in Edith Gonglo, where at the time who was with the Liberty Party, to decide who will go against the St. Jeremiah Kung in Nima Kante. Can you imagine Jeremiah Kung to run for that Senate race or that Senate seat? Guess what? In the last minute ALP, because they found out that Tai Wongwe did his homework, when they changed the delegate, and they were proud that they changed the delegate, that led to some serious fight in the CPP. That led to some bloody fight in Nima County. So therefore, which the same Tai Wongwe man with childish behavior is passing around and misbehaving. The same people who honor him, that the same people he associated with, but that won't bother that's for a different time. Because he's not important. But here's the issue, Mr. Kane. Like you said, the level of deception that these guys have paraded, the level of confusion and conflict they have created, the level of inconsistencies they have created for the Liberian people. Look, I don't know though. I don't know, but I will say this. Anybody who willingly support this bunch of guys from the Unity Party, rescue, whatever it is, you are decepting yourself by nature. Because you are seeing all the deception they have played. Let's forget about politics. You can't pass around. You won't complain about Joe. And this is the part that gets me frustrated and upset with some of our people who expect to know better. How can this be about winning when the same people who enable Jowia to do the thing? You think Jowia woke up one day, he sent corrupt bill or he sent corrupt people? And are these same people? Jowia supported the same Jeremiah Kung in Lofa Kante. Let me say in Nima Kante, John we are in CDC against the CPP. Even if you don't get shame for yourself, you can think that Jeremiah Kunz will be rescue somebody for you today. You're passing around shamelessly. The same people who honor man, but Mr. Kane, on a bigger note, I will jump ahead of the conversation quick, just for a minute, because I know as time goes by, this conversation will boil into this and will progress into this. I want to disagree with you openly. That Costa didn't just wake up all those wives when they were fighting the CPP to wanted to be vice president. No. Costa, that one I want to agree with. He didn't just wake up. Costa was groomed. Costa was put under the influence. Costa was given green light. Costa was even encouraged to tell you in this guy's deception for the VP noise that you see passing around today. For Joseph Human Boakai. And on a bigger note, Mr. Kane, Here's the question I want to ask. And on Saturday, we'll try to explore it. The United Party Constitution. I see people from the MDR. I see some very good people from the MDR as well. Because one rotten apple cannot spoil all the apple. Let me say that mentality that will pass around, one rotten apple spoil the apple, that's not true. I don't believe in that. I believe there are good people also in the MDR. And I believe too there are some good people in the United Party. It's just that they've been outnumbered by the crooks, the liars, and these deceptive people. Mr. Kane, are two questions I want the Liberian people to start asking themselves. Is Jeremiah Kun actually running as vice president on the MDR ticket or the United Party ticket? It's important for the clear the air. The MDR people must not be fooled. If you are listening today and you are an MDR member, don't be fooled that Jeremiah Kun is running as vice president on MDR ticket. That's not true. If Jeremiah Kun is registered today to the neck, Jeremiah Kun will be running as a United Partisan. And I stand to be corrected on this. You can run on a United Party ticket without being a member of the United Party. Or on that, no. And that's why the United Party fought. And I will give it to them in the criminality and the crooked behavior. They fought to keep that United Party name going on. They never wanted to give it up. That's why you see then the DHL could not hold them and Larry talk about them. Because Larry talk about them brought onto the table that they should change the name. United Party said, no, y'all got to fall in line. So that means everybody else that will be registered will be on a United Party umbrella. So that means Jeremiah Kun, the MDR people, are fooling. Because as of now, as far as I'm concerned, there is no correlation. They never signed any paper that we know of that the NEC approved. As far as I'm concerned, I stand to be corrected. If it's there, please provide it to us. But as of the record today, so Mr. Kane, this is to tell you that these people have deceptively decided to control people, and some of these people have bought into it. But again, like you said, this conversation will continue. These guys, this was all well planned and calculated and premeditated. And the reason we are bringing back this story is because when the truth surfaces, you will come by here to the same SKTV and say, yes, Sekou then said that thing that time. In the same position we took from day one, that no document were tampered with. We stand with that position from last year. We stand with it today, and we stand with it till we die, because the truth is the truth. I don't care how long it takes. The truth is the truth. It's not going to change. And the truth is, this was well orchestrated, well planned, and so forth. But you know what? What happened in the end, Mr. Kane? Mr. Cummings pulled something on them. that is the beauty of this thing here. Look, and when we discuss that topic, when we end it, Mr. Cummings pulled something on it that the government said never saw, didn't see coming. United Party people didn't see coming. None of them didn't see coming. They never expected that move. That Clarice Blair or whoever move they came in with La Mignotan, that was the end of this whole halubalu. If Mr. Cummings had not pulled this by now, and you know what he got in there to tell you that they are evil? They decided that they would leave the CPP. But you know what they want to do? They said that we'll not just leave the CPP, we will put an everlasting dent and destroy this Cummings guy. As evidence by that, they created this whole court deal. That was some of them today passing shamelessly. They want to move from beyond the crooks and the criminal, but they are in their own shame. Let me tell you something. If you want to die in your shame or your lie, that's fine. Nobody cares. But you still have time to redeem yourselves. Move from beyond the crooks. You're making not beyond Jawia or the Jawia are criminal. Who enabling Jawia? You know how many bills Jeremiah concern? Do you know? You have any clue? So you start making not beyond Jawia. Just start making not beyond Jawia. You stop it. The people who enabling Jawia, the same people that you're passing around singing for today, the same people who enabling Jawia, that then you're passing around singing for. So Mr. Kane, I'll leave it here so we can take some call from Liberia before the show closes. But thank you so much for this topic, and it's okay for us to revisit history so that we can correct and erect the necessary checkpoints. Thank you so much.
So yeah, thank you. Don't go away. Let me respond to you first, because you say you disagree with me.
Yeah, I disagree with you vehemently.
And,
Let me speak both today.
and I don't even know where you disagree with me because
Now, Costa had a plan to be vice president all this while.
yeah, what I said. I did not say Costa never had a plan. I said clearly, I think we said the same thing, but I don't know where the disagreement is. I said Costa had motive with everything he was doing, he had motive. At the same time, Benny Nayure too had motive, and we know it. That's when Costa and Benny Nayure came to a time they were not in speaking terms. Because they were all looking at the same thing. At the end of the day, Benny Nayure had to withdraw his ambition and leave it with Costa. Because Benny Nayure found out that Costa was already in good rapport, in good term with Joseph Nyuma Boakai. And Benny Nayure knew that he cannot fight Costa and win. Because Costa got loud mouth. He depends on Costa for protection. So Benny Nayure had to withdraw his ambition and allow Costa to go for it. Because Costa assured him that based on what he has been doing for Joseph Nyuma Boakai, based on the conversation between him and Joseph Nyuma Boakai, based on everything, even how Joseph Nyuma Boakai was put on salary through Stanton, how he been taking care of Boakai, how Costa been buying things for Boakai, how he been sending money to Boakai. Costa made that clear to Joseph to Benny Nayure, telling Benny Nayure that Boakai is older, a young person like me, and you know I'm popular than you. I have more support, I have more popularity, and I have the platform to campaign for Joseph Nyuma Boakai. So I should be giving the opportunity. As a matter of fact, you know, you brought us to the end of the conversation, but we're going to start tomorrow from where we stopped.
Yes.
You
sorry for jumping to the end.
You brought us all the way to the end, but we I just want to clarify that part.
Right.
Costa being given security that you're going to be the vice president did not happen just the time we announced it. It was something that Costa been working on in the pipeline for a very long time, thereby even making Benny Nayure to withdraw his ambition for vice presidency. However, we take a few calls in Liberia, but the bottom line is all the information that you have heard that Cummings refused to be vice president is a lie. Cummings destroyed the CPP is a lie. It was all done by the UP people, Costa and Benny Nayure. And Cummings was never asked to be vice president for anybody. That was just myth that they put together and put it out there, and UP people buy into it and they sell it to the Liberian people. We'll continue the conversation tomorrow.
Mr. Let me make the last statement before we take the first call. Let me make the last statement. I didn't want to forget about this part. I think also, Mr. Cummings made a statement. He said there will be consequences. The only part of those consequences that some people who should have actually paid for it, and I believe they will pay for it in time to come, especially those who concocted this plan. I think today, Sereno Cephas, wherever he's sitting, because mind you, this thing was not mutually exclusive from what happened. You remember the leak that came out in that text message, and we'll read that text message again on the weekend. The leak that came out to the Liberian ambassador in Washington, D.C. Remember that text message that came out, that WhatsApp message, where it was said that a file or record was opening, they were going to revisit the case of Nathaniel McGill. Remember? So Sereno Cephas, Bill Twawley, and the Nathaniel McGill, and they were all collateral damages. But the meat corporates will still pay. The meat people.
All right, let's go to Liberia before we do it. So first, you can still be here. Maybe we'll continue with the conversation, but if the people in Liberia have to listen to this story, I mean, we'll continue tomorrow again. But Melbourne, just take a few calls.
And I think we just got to continue bro. About 2 minutes ago. So yes, our people are really calling. They've been calling, but no way to put them through. But let me just take 1 or 2 calls.
Just take a few.
No time for us
No,
here in Liberia.
just take a few.
Hello. Yeah, how you doing? Quickly go to the point. What's the name?
Thank you. This is Pascal Davis. Let me appreciate your guys. I mean, in diaspora. Honestly, I fully agree with that. You know, it was all of those arrangements that even brought about the black voting, something that we have not even heard in this country before. I think it was all because of grief and just your self-interest and personal grief that forced the CPP apart. Honestly, I mean, where in this world somebody want to do block voting?
Okay, thank you. So let's just take another person, please. No time. Hello?
Maybe you get the 3.
Yeah, go ahead, Chief. Your name and from where you join us?
Thank you, Melbourne. This is Patrick from Sople District 4. Let me say, giving to your panelists, thank God the both of you now are disagree with one another. This is how you some one guy.
No, hello. When you are discussing things, sometimes when somebody said that, you just gotta say, "Oh no, I have my own input." It doesn't mean that.
It's okay. Let's
go evening. Yeah, bro, go ahead.
Thank you. This is Adolf Lucky. It sounds like you have Seko and his brother with their disjuncted idea. They've got no understanding about what is happening. I want to challenge them. You don't come shamelessly on the radio to lie to yourself that you lie to Liberian people.
About the CPP? About the CPP?
Everything they say is lie.
What is a lie? What is a lie?
Okay, no problem. Then tomorrow.
Let me come on SKTV to as a guest.
Yeah, the message will come. So so Blacky. Yeah, so he's saying that tomorrow. Come on the show tomorrow.
Come on the platform as a guest.
6 o'clock tomorrow. Just get me listen now, call me tomorrow. We're saying the link. Everything kind of show. Thank you so much.
You will not even come on the show now.
They want to make confusion.
We can't even block you. We can't even bring you on. Because the guy going to be insulting, you're going to be disrespecting, and
they want to come on the show. I think that would be good.
Let me tell you something before you go, Melbourne. Empty drums sound louder than a full drum. That guy who is talking, Abe Blackie, whatever his name is, he knows nothing. These are the loudmouth and fictional characters. They have been lying to the Liberian people, thinking that nobody will be there to present the fight to the Liberian people. So whenever the fights are presented, they go amok, they go angry, they go crazy. But we are here to stay. SKTV is what we've been doing, and we'll continue to do it. Thank you, and thank you to the team. We will continue to have this conversation right now. As a matter of fact, somebody will continue. You know, they don't like the truth to be told, and our job is to present the fact to the Liberian people. Thank you so much. So, folks, you see, I told you here that every time we're having a show, when you see people getting angry, fighting, insulting, it means that you're pushing on a stick in the soul they have on them. You know, when you put stick in it in the soul, you just push it, the whole lot of blood will be coming out. These guys are deceptive. These are the ones that can be talking about using all those kind of terminology to confuse our Liberian people. But let me tell you this. We are not stupid. There are certain people who are blinded by tribalism. There are some who are blinded by sectionalism. There are some who are blinded by party discipline. But we are all not stupid. The Liberian people, majority, are not stupid. The few that are stupid, that can buy into your stupidity, they will always be there. But they're not in majority. Let me continue to take calls. Anyway, both these calls I have right now, I think they're from Liberia as well. Let me take this. I think this is Sarah's man. Sarah, how you doing?
I'm good, Mr. Cullen. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to give my take on this particular issue. And good evening to the SKTV family. Mr. Kanye, you see, people like Abe Blackies a serious problem to our society. People like Abe Blackie, them, were educated on government resources. They had the opportunity to go out and acquire higher education, and they have never contributed immensely anything to our society as a citizen or senior citizens who, acquire higher education on government fundings. But they are with government job to loot and continue to keep the Liberian people language in poverty. So as for people like Abe Blackie, them we will not be discussing them because they are not essential to this entire process of real change. And what you say about Costa, you see, Costa once made a statement that he will be president of Liberia one day. And if anybody, if I'll be on record, this is Cyrus, the man who used to be the Henry Costa Pekin. And on numerous occasions, we had a lot of meetings. Costa has had his plan for 2023. And like what you said, Costa did not come up from the blue moon with that plan of just coming to become a vice president. Costa initially had a plan of becoming senator for Mozart County. And that was where all Costa political ambition, where he hoped and everything he was about to put his resources and everything into it. Until Boaka, Ambassador Boaka, Joseph Boaka was the one who put this in Costa head that Costa can become his vice president. And Costa had to drop his senatorial ambition. So this guy did not have planned. For all of these guys, when it comes to the case that he got dragged us 9 months trying to destroy our political leader, trying to destroy the real agent of change, the man who God has sent to be the real change for Liberia. The guys, they were all planned to destroy Mr. Cummings, and they could not succeed. And now they all surprised how the table has turned and the Liberian people are getting the message of real change, especially with the Jehovah's Witness messages, from the house-to-house messages, the village-to-village messages that we continue to carry in the ears of the Liberian people, making the people to know what Kumi has done, his impact and his vision for Liberia. So the guys are all confused. That all their evil conspiracy. And before I leave, let me leave Liberian people with these words. You see all the funny things that are going in Liberia. Mm-hmm. You see all these things. The wicked political class, where you see all the guys have gathered themselves, they group themselves together. That is the evil political class. And let me tell you, Mr. Cannon, these guys will play all of these things to continue to leave the Liberian people in poverty so they will have their will and give Liberian people crumbs. When you see the rest, when the rest theory can come, the white theory, the small money for vote and buying the Liberian people vote, these are things that these guys plan to do, and they plan it. And you see them, they continue to enjoy it. That's why you see they against a real change in this country. And I can tell you, I want to say thank you to the SKTV for over the years. Has been very consistent in preaching their message of equality for a one Liberia for all Liberians.
Thank you.
And I want to say thank you to the SKTV family for those of the people who are stick with the SKTV. Before change comes, it doesn't just come, in a minute or a second or a day. It takes process. And by the grace of God, we are getting there. After October, there will be a new story. There will be a new song Liberian people will sing in this country. And I'm very, very optimistic about that. So thank you very much, Mr. Karen. Continue. I want to say thank you to you people. God will continue to strengthen you, and God will continue to help the SKTV with the platform I have to continue to preach the message of truth. And thank you so much for having me on the show.
Thank you so much. Wow, that was great, Cyrus. We appreciate your time. Thank you. So let's take the next caller here. I think this is Liberian number as well. Caller, what is your name and where are you calling from?
Hello?
How you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. What is your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Alexander Coleman, and I'm calling from district number 5 in Brazil.
You say Alexander Kula?
Alexander Coleman, and I'm calling from Painesville.
Oh, Alexander Kuzma. Go ahead. From Painesville, district number 5. Go ahead. Hey, man.
Right.
The line is breaking.
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, just what you stated about the United Party people, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I experienced nothing, actual or what be because follow your religious life. So once it is 7 o'clock, I get through my stuff and start really a show. While the show was playing, a fellow, I know he's listening right now. How to speak. Who has been within the whole school from the Liberian people over 6 million to win the term of their
you know what, my brother, for some reason your line is not clear. You want to hang on and call back?
Okay, let me do that.
Yeah, please. I'm hearing some of the thing, but I think you guys are not hearing. But let me see again. Yeah, let him call back because he's saying something very important. But you know, like I was saying, these guys, they hate the truth. Because over the years, the United Party, despite serving or despite ruling the country, I will not say serving because they didn't serve the people, despite ruling the country for 12 years, they have nothing to show for it. The only campaign material they have is to fabricate lies, stories against their opponent to make them to look bad. The only campaign material they have to sell to the Liberian people is to say, oh, they made agreement. Oh, they men knew. Oh, they men, we have paid our due to this country. Oh, we have done X, Y, and Z. Yeah, they may be in the country for 47 years, been serving in government. But there's nothing tangible to show for it. Nothing that benefited the Liberian people to say, you know what? You got to vote for this man. This man served for X, Y, and Z years. And this man, this is what he did for Liberia and the Liberian people. This is what he did. And Liberians are benefiting. Nothing. As a matter of fact, majority of their supporters are a bunch of small rebels and tribalists. As you can see, I'm not going to block them. You see, some of them, when they come, the first thing they will do, they will attack me. Madingo this, Madingo that, because you know what? They got nothing to counter-argue what I'm saying. They got nothing to counter-argue what we have been saying. The only thing they will do, they think I am a normal politician. I'm not. Hello? Hello? Man, they brother really want to talk about, for some reason, he's having some trouble. Are you there? Okay. The reason why I say most of their supporters are a bunch of small rebels, because those are the people that used to kill other people for their tribe. They will kill you for no other reason because you are Madingo or you are Crown. Or you are this or that. So, in short, I will say this and then I will open the line. Because the conversation will continue on the radio. Because they're getting angry, right? Because they don't want the Liberian people to know the truth. because they have lost almost everything. The only thing that they are holding on to is lies and deception. Because the only thing they got to say, oh, come and refuse to be Baka personally. They may agree there. They may just come from America there. They may want to be president. That's all they have to say, which is a blatant lie. Baka never asked Cummings to be his vice president. And there was no avenue, there was no opportunity available to even give Baka that leverage to say, come be my vice president, because you got to earn the standard bearer first. Be the standard bearer before you can tell somebody can be my vice president. But that, entitlement syndrome that they had, or they still have, is that since Baka was vice president for 12 years, the only position Baka qualified for another president. Just like that? No, that's not how it works. Sometimes I don't want to sound like I'm campaigning for anybody, but some of these people, they can push you to talk. And me, I've said this before, when I'm challenged, when I'm pushed against the wall, when I'm insulted, when I'm being disrespected, that's the time I can be at my best. Because you know what? I will not hold back. I will not hold back. When I sign up for this, I sign up for Liberia. My commitment, my loyalty belongs to Liberia. I fear nobody. I don't care who you are. I only fear God. Let me take this person. Caller, what is your name and where you calling? Is this the same person?
Yes, sir. I'm the same person, Sekou.
Okay, now you're allowed. Go ahead.
Okay, Sekou, once more, my name is Alexander Coldman, and I do join you from Painesville City District, number 5.
Go ahead. Come on.
But Sekou, you have said it all. And then, like what you have said, I experienced it today with the former managing boss of FDA doing my the man who was disgracefully charged and sent to Moral Central Prison to recover $6 million that he stole from FDA while serving as managing director. That's one.
How are you?
His name is I would spell MOSESWOGBH. This guy mostly had the authority to come and say that Sekou is not a credible man. What Sekou know, they all want job. They want to Moses, the thing you saying? How can a Baka be president for this country when he says that he is squandered? Including you yourself, Moses. You stole over $6 million from the Republic of Liberia when you gave bogus deals to people to go and run our forest health all around. Then you come and say that Sekou is not credible, man. In fact, that Mr. Ezan Kumi cannot be or the next person for this country, all of things, you don't have the authority to even spew such thing for your own mouth. I told him plain blank, you can't say that. Because if you were coming to say that after you stole $6 million,
hold on. Let me ask you. You say this exchanges happened during the show?
This even doing the show, Sekou, because I always play your program. Once it's 7 o'clock, I get glued to my radio and put it on. But this man just felt so upset today because he think that you were saying the truth and try to attack you personally. I said, look, my brother, the way how you squandered all these about including yourself, because I know you are all in the newspaper, front page. Okay, once you Google that brother name, Moses, the former FDA boss, and I think that this brother was persecuted. He was sent to South Beach. He was sentenced to 10 years or bring my system. He never did. Joseph Boga Ford had kept him out of jail because he goes to the same church that Joseph Boga goes to. They are the same church member.
So hold on. Let me understand this. This person that you call Moses,
Moses Wumbe.
Mo-
His last name is Wogbeh.
Moses Wumbe was arguing with you when you all were listening to the show that Sekou is lying, Sekou is not credible, and you said this guy was convicted for stealing $6 million and he went to jail. Joseph Baga then tried to take him out of jail because Joseph Baga go to the same church.
Released the man without restituting the amount that he was sentenced to jail for. $6 million.
Wow.
What they gave our Sekou. Hey man, I wish tomorrow we can have a lot of time on the show. I want you to Google this guy and see that people who want to come out to. And there's somebody who is going around the young people saying, look, you guys can be a better person. I told him, I said, look, they made you fully. Someone who is more than 50 years, as they make you fully, he want to come back to power because he tasted rough. So he want to come back to power again to get me to steal another $2 million. This bro jumped into a fierce fight with me. They said, you won't believe that. This old man. Hello?
So how old is this person? Is it like a young person or the older person?
He's an older man. He's more than 50 years. He's entering his 60s. There's somebody who has served the Liberian people. He stole from the country. They misused the forestry. This man was able to give more than 2.5% of our land for people who do illegal logging on. This case, the president is missing 2012 and it dragged up to 2015 when he was sentenced to 10 years in jail for Joseph Baga. Free him. There's a senior who come around and said, don't be president. I said, was not credible. Mr. Kumi cannot be trusted. And you say that? He was ever. He saw the radio. He's hearing it. Because I told him I would just say, since you try to the program think people we to be on board, on the truth is we fight. Then he getting people off the train. Oh, young criminal. Criminal. He's a criminal. That he will come and say that the opposition can never be trusted. Members of the opposition can never be trusted. It's so sickening, Sekou. You guys are trying to make this country better for us, but the older folk who are to be there to pull up on the right path, we are the one that putting some of them on the right path.
You know, my brother, what was your name again?
I'm Alexander Coleman.
Alexander, you have my number. Call me after the show. We'll have enough time tomorrow. The person that you just talked about, that he was the FDA? You say FDA or NPA? What was it?
The former FDA managing director.
FDA managing director, and he stole money. He was convicted. $6 million. Joseph Baga then free him, and because he and Joseph Baga going to the same church. So what happened? I want you to come on the show. I want you to call me. I want you to call me after the show. I got your number. If you don't call, I will call you. I want to get more information about this. And you know, when we get information, we like to collaborate. We need to dig deeper. We are not just excited about information. We like to dig deeper and make sure this money is Moses Wogbeh.
Sekou just read it at MOSES, Moses, right? His woman is WOGBEH.
Okay.
Just Google this brother's name. You will see what will come on there. Reuters, Global.
So how many of you were together watching the program, listening to the program before he started attacking us?
Normally we sit at the place where we all go to sit there every time. So once it's 7 o'clock, we're more than I think 10 or 11. Let me see. Okay, yeah, 10. There, sitting down. You all cut the radio off. So then we even play the repeat of this program every time. Once people don't listen, then will come, man, you all play our main thing. Let's hear it. That's how we do it normally. Once people don't hear it the next day in the morning, we go there, we just play or the repeat. And the project got there. I go you there. You all call that thing or say, good liar, man. Well, oh, man, go say that. Why you go say, last one, I said, look, you that were convicted for stealing, for misapplying the Liberian, you just because you squandered this money. All the money that you squandered, or you were part of it, you squandered $6 million worth of Liberian people land. When you gave 69 bogus permits that were later on or rejected to put the man and then cut down our trees to be exported. It was because of you. The country was to say sanctions again in the forestry. But department, then you won't say what?
My brother, thank you so much. Let me say this before you go. For the fact that you've been watching our show, listening to our show, even when you guys may say you will be in group, more than 10 people sitting together, watching the replay of our show, we really appreciate you guys. And you never called one day. I never heard from you. I didn't even know you. You never texted me or anything. I just hearing you talking today. But we appreciate the fact that you guys are the one that's spreading, our platform to the Liberian people. We really, really, really appreciate it. The other day, somebody called me from Ganta that they can put the show on loudspeaker wherein, they have a store there, right by the Moravia parking. They can put the radio on where a lot of people will be listening to the platform. All of you that are doing this unknown to us, we want to say thank you to you guys for being, key followers of SKTV. Somebody called me today again from Cape Mount. Mike went to the border of Sierra Leone, around Bowater. That somebody putting the radio on loudspeaker, calling people to come and listen to SKTV. We really appreciate it. I don't want to say that, my brother. You can say the last thing before you go.
But before I leave, right? Mm-hmm. We are not just this silent listening us, but we are silent make us within these elections to come. I say this to you. In my way where I live, I was able, no politician, no Mr. Ismakumi, do not know. No, in fact, I'm not a member of any political party, but I support ABC. We were able to make sure that we have over at least 210 disadvantaged youth. I mean, people who go together to smoke, to do their photo registration. Wow. When they did it, they hold fast to it. We provided them food. Let me know that there's a young man who does not have a job. There's a young man who don't have place to go. Say, me go together, but I do depend on people and things to help myself and then follow people. We're able to make our brothers resonate, and the message is resonating. We go to our brothers and telling them. So today I was so shaking to hear this brother trying to spill lies against you and other people trying to see this country go to a better place. So I had to give him the bitter soul, man. Trust me. The brother, the man got versed. I even hit me with his video keyboard. Trust me, I gave him the biggest slap in his life ever.
He attacked you personally. He hit you with something.
Attacked me personally because he felt that he was being disgraced publicly. You cannot look at a credible man like Sekou and try to tarnish him and that of ABC. And then people who know your story will not come. If they put they want to know your story, but people that I've been knowing his story.
Bro, thank you.
So when I told him about it today, people try to come me around. He said, "Oh, you won't get very tough for old man." So you're one for a young man, a 35-year-old young man. So when you do I tell you about that, where it came from, let me tell you that no one got any power over violence. And I slap it in your chest. You are just going to pick up for the labor. After the show, call me.
I will definitely call you after the show, okay?
Okay, Sekou, thank you.
Wow. You hear this young man? The man said Communist doesn't know him. Nobody knows him for any political party, but they were able to go and register over 200 disadvantaged youth and telling them that they want them to vote for ABC because they feel like ABC is the change agent. And he went to the extent of fighting this guy because he felt like the guy is attacking us. For him, he believed in us. He believed we are credible, like many of you. And we know this. Hate us or like us. Even most of the people that attack us, they trust us. Believe me, they trust us. But they don't just like something we can say, because if it is not in their advantage, they got angry. But they believe us, trust me, and they respect us. They ensure they can do, they are doing it out of anger, because when something is not in their interest, they will try to destroy it. Listen to this young man saying, because this guy attacked us, our credibility, he being a convicted criminal. So the boy told him, well, you have no credibility to come and question Sekou. That Sekou is a liar. Sekou is credible. Sekou is a credible man. SKTV is a credible institution. So for you to come here to have the audacity to come and put your mouth on a credible person, here are your story. So when the boy talk about his story, now he's angry, he hit the man with his car key. So the man to slap him. Imagine somebody going to their 60, fighting a young man. A young man trying to teach an older man, because his brain is infected with criminality, because he is so desperate to come back. And what does this say about Joseph Boakai himself? Why is it that all the shady characters and all criminals are gravitating towards Joseph Boakai? This information is very huge. That this guy was convicted and was put in jail for stealing $6 million United States dollars from the Liberian people, that Joseph Boakai then went and freed the man, because he and Joseph Boakai from the same church. There you go. What a country. I'll open the line in America, in the Western, in the diaspora. Anybody calls, I will have some minutes here. The conversation to explain the history of CPP up to how we got here, it will continue tomorrow. We'll continue. I know exactly where we stop. We'll continue tomorrow. So they're getting angry. So first, call in and tell me, and contribute to this conversation. But the good thing is, the people are listening, people are watching. And the reason why they are angry, they are attacking, because they don't want the people to hear the truth. We all know that truth hurts. Truth can hurt. Power. When you tell people the truth, that's what they will do. That's what they will do. Let me check it, because I told people that, because people then, when the story too, when they're into the conversation so hard, they can even forget to contribute. So let me remind people then that we still have our Cash App and Zelle up there. So this person, I want to make sure I call. Name, let me see. Smith sent out $20. Smith, thank you so much. We appreciate you. We appreciate you. Let me see again. I want to make sure that I'm not leaving anything out, because I was into the conversation. I said I want to hot calling people name or recognizing people's donation. I want to make sure that we keep up with the conversation. So yes, but while we're on, the very first person that sent out $50, called the name is Eugenia. Eugenia, so thank you so much, Eugenia. We appreciate you so much. So yeah, the two people contributed $20 and $50. One on Zelle, one on Cash App. Let me check the other number before somebody say, "Oh, Sekou, you didn't recognize my donation." Okay, yeah, that's it. So thank you so much. The callers before the last caller, the caller that called from Liberian, Cyrus Mane, that boss spoke. He spoke very, very well. I think, like I said yesterday, if you are commis or you are a CPP member, Or if you're Musa ability, you should be smiling today. That these young people, the young people are following and they are getting the message. And if you are SKTV, if you are a fan of SKTV, you should be smiling. That SKTV is making impact in Liberia. That SKTV is not only being listened to, but it's changing minds and souls in Liberia. And we are proud of being a part of this platform called SKTV. And I think you should be proud of yourself. Trust me. I'm excited. I'm excited. So sometimes even when I come here, nobody say, oh, $5. But when I see people here staying with us all the way to the end, I can be proud of myself. Because you know what? People don't just follow anybody or anything. And those of you that come here every day, I respect you people, honestly speaking. We have a lot of platforms. And I must say this. I can proudly say this with no arrogance. That we are one of, if not, the most credible and integrity platform within the Liberian community. Because we've been insulted because of that. We have been insulted by ANC people in the past. We have been insulted by UP people in the past, CDC people. The only thing ANC people didn't do to us, they didn't threaten us to kill us. They insulted us. Some of them make sure because we said things that they didn't like. That's okay. But UP people and CDC people have attacked us, have insulted us, threatened to kill. As a matter of fact, they hire people every day to hack SKTV, to take our platform from us, to shut us down. You know, before we upgrade our platform, our internet service, they always used to send virus. They send heavy load that our internet could not even, handle. And every time, every now and then, the show will be cutting off. The internet service that I have right now provides 940 gigs. So the children can have their game, the TV, whatever they want to hang on it, we still have a better internet. We've been doing it on our own. Nobody been helping us. Unless lately, some of the fans, some of you say, Seku, we know you can do this, but we too, we need to be contributing. Every now and then, put your cash app and sell up there. We too want to be contributing. That's why I can't thank some of you enough for continuing to support SKTV. I want to say thank you. So, something just happened. One of the friends here, one of the supporters of SKTV, just sent $70 for the last caller, for the young man who was attacked. Initially, we announced that we had $20 and $50, right? Those people sending to support SKTV. But this person sending also to support SKTV because you know what? The person sent this money. I don't know whether they am allowed to call their name. Because I want to call their name. Because I like to, appreciate people. He said $70 for the last caller who was attacked by an old man. The person's name is Anderson. I don't want to call the last name, but the person's name is Anderson. So the young man who just called and explained the story, that he was even attacked for defending us, for defending our integrity, for speaking truth to an older man who is a convicted criminal. Anderson, thank you. From the bottom of my heart, I want to say thank you. For, we all reward bad people, but rewarding somebody for doing good, for standing up for the truth, we appreciate it. May God bless you. And where this came from, may God put plenty there. We appreciate it. We appreciate everybody, but sometimes when people go extra miles to do certain things, we know how this money came about, because you want to stand for the truth. You want to support the truth. You want to support people who are honest and who are truthful to not only their fellow Liberian, but to Liberia. Let me take the next caller. Caller, what is your name and where are you calling from? Hello?
Hello, Seku.
Yes.
Thank you, Alex Nimlin. It's my son's phone. I just got up from work and in the car, so I was listening to the show through my phone, and my son, he just gave me, just picked me up from job, and I started listening to the show. But although I didn't know how far, but when the kid was talking, right, so right away I told him, use your phone and send this amount to the kid. Let's say could do that for me, please, because I'm from CPP, and such a person to stand to hold your ground, I felt sorry for him to have an older person, instead of older person being there to fight for the kid, but for the child to be able to come and fight for the older folks, there's a reason for which I sent that amount. My name is Alex Nimina. I'm watching you from South Dakota. I said thank you.
Alex, thank you so much. We appreciate it. And we can't thank you enough. And thank you for standing up for the truth.
Yeah.
We are not thanking you for supporting CPP, but we are thanking you for being honest and for also rewarding somebody for doing good. We often reward people for doing bad in Liberia.
Exactly.
That is a testament to people being elected. Criminals, killers are the ones that be elected. People who do good in Liberia, they're always rejected by the Liberian people. But I think the reality is sinking in when people are getting to understand the truth. And like I said, thank you to you. I know you. I'm not sure if you were the one that we all used to be on the listserv at some point.
We started the show from the beginning, although.
No. I'm talking about when we used to have the Yahoo, Yahoo group, all the group in there. One Alice Nimla used to be there too. I don't know if that is you, but okay, that's not you. Yeah. One Alice Nimla too used to be there. That he used to live around Maryland area. He too used to.
I live in South Dakota.
Okay, yeah.
I live in South Dakota.
Yeah, but thank you so much, my brother.
Thank you,
Alex.
Thank you for the show. Like we all follow. We'll be judging, but we'll be able to send our contribution for the show. Thank you for the hard work you're doing.
Anytime, my brother. Anytime. We appreciate it. This is what you just did now is for the show also, because we don't have that to send to send to this guy right now. And we're not going to pay him for defending all, but we pay him for his honesty. Whatever you did, we appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you.
And it's not coming. At least would do better. So thank you.
Thank you. So that money was sent by Alex through his son Anderson. I'm glad that he called to clarify. I didn't even want to call Anderson last name because the reason is very simple. Sometimes some people got hurt, some people got attacked. Imagine this boy was attacked right now for speaking the truth. Some people do that attack for supporting SKTV. But yes, I think we have been here now for 2 hours and 24 minutes. I didn't want to be here this long. But yes, I want to say thank you to all of you. We'll continue this conversation tomorrow. They don't like it. One of my brothers from Minnesota, he and I had a conversation yesterday. He was telling me, but Sekou, something's going on here. He's not supporting anybody, by the way, but he wants a better Liberia. He told me, Sekou, I've been talking to people. I've been asking people, convince me why they're supporting certain people and who they're supporting and why they're supporting these people. He said, everything I've heard from people that say they're supporting Joseph Boakai, they are yet to tell me what Joseph Boakai got to show for the 12 years he served as vice president. All they can tell me, oh, the mega experience, the man being here for a long time. And then when I asked them what about Commies, they say, oh, Commies refused to be vice president for Joseph Boakai. Oh, in fact, Commies destroy the CPP. He told me, say, if you people have the fact, you got to present it to the people. He said, because your job is to present the fact to the people, let the people make their decision based on fact. Let the people make an informed decision when they walk to that voting booth. Let them know exactly what they are voting for. He said, but everybody that I've talked to, he said, some of the people that even told me, say they're supporting Boakai, they tell me, say, because Kumi is greedy for power. And then I say, how? They say, oh, because they don't want to be president for, they don't want to be vice president for Boakai. And I told the guy, I said, no. I'm now a spokesperson of CPP or Commies. I said, but Boakai did not ask Commies to be vice president. I said, matter of fact, I told him, Boakai, in fact, told people that he cannot ask Commies to be his VP because he doesn't want to be the one to bring Congo people to power. Congo people back to power. He said, well, I think you guys need to educate the public. And this is even important today when I hear the reaction from Liberian people. We'll continue to educate. We'll continue to provide the facts, and you make your decision. I don't care who you support. You can vote for Joey if you want. You can vote for Joseph Boakai if you want. You can vote for Commies if you want. But our job is to present the fact to you so you can make your decision based on facts, not fallacy, not deception, and made up stories. Thank you so much. We appreciate your time. And thanks to the 3 people that contributed, 1 for the brother, 2 for SKTV. We thank you. We'll be here tomorrow again, as always. We appreciate your time. Let me see here. I want to play some song, though. I'm not going to play Steve's favorite song. I'm going to play, let me see here. Somebody. Okay. Some messages that I'm seeing is okay. We will call it a date right now. We'll be here tomorrow, as always. Thank you all.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am Sonada Diabo. I'm glad with the great opportunity given me to introduce to you your president.
Babu want to become president. Buskiro want to become president. Poppy Dossa want to become president. Crazy man you see want to become president. Mr. Krede want to become president. Mr. Lala man want to become president. President you will sing you. Mr. Roro want to become president. Jego. Now how the president business will be. We suffering for some more. Mr. Lala want to become president. President you see want to become president. Mr. John President.